Notice how the block moves up and down with the yar. That's how you aim the cannon. When you see a good shot at the Kotile, press the fire button and immediately move yar out of the way. If your shot is successful, you'll see this on the screen. As the effect dies out, you have enough time before the next wave begins to do a little victory dance with your yar. Notice how he wraps around from the top and bottom edges of the screen. The second wave features revolving blocks, and it seems you have to wipe out every block before a shot from the Zorlan cannon would penetrate to the Kotile. Not true. Concentrate on one area of the wall and carve out a channel. Now just be patient and avoid collision with the enemy energy missile. When the channel presents itself in alignment with the Kotile, let go a shot and bingo, one dead Kotile. Now and then the Kotile turns into a swirl that spins, makes noise, and takes off for yar at high speed. To dodge the swirl every time, position yar near the top or bottom and simply duck off screen as the swirl fires. The key to mastering yar's revenge is by killing a moving swirl, which gains you an extra life. If that's too difficult, go for the stationary swirls. Arm the Zorlan cannon, position yar, and nail the swirl as it appears for bonus points. Unless you were asleep all last year, you've undoubtedly heard of or played Defender, the blockbuster Atari cartridge modeled after the popular arcade game by Williams Electronics. Although simpler than the arcade version, by virtue of having fewer buttons to contend with, the challenge of Atari's Defender cartridge is by no means simple.
Report unusual behavior. Barricade your homes. Avoid all contact with infected individuals. Wait for official instructions. Wait my ass.
Kill all sons of bitches. That's my official instructions.
To be a nice neighborhood.
This is some grim shit we got ourselves into. Get back!
Who the hell puts an evac station up 30 flights of goddamn stairs?
Come on, Coach. Maybe the helicopter. Maybe it's made of chocolate.
Hey, where is everybody? Hello?
Oh, this is not happening.
Anyone here?
This is not happening. This is not happening.
Thought they supposed to be saving our asses.
Looks like there's been a change of plans.
Stop the bombing run!
It's got me! Holy shit.
Hey, kill all sons of bitches, right?
I have not come this far to die now.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
Found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and
You know what?
disappeared.
That trailer there is pretty goddamn fitting, but I'm gonna have to cut away for a second. Sorry, fellas. Oh, baby, that's real art. That's real art. Video games. And that's how we got our anime back in the old... Wait, I have a save on here? No way. That's gotta be... That can't be right. Unless it's like... Ain't... Did I ever transfer my video? Maybe I transferred my memory cards. Yeah, I didn't think so. So this came out... Ah! Oh, pff, wait. Level 66. That seems like it's an in-game save. Maybe I do have an old save in there. Well, we gotta earn our way back there. It's been too long. So yeah, Wikipedia said this came out in 98, but that thing down there says 99, so who are you gonna believe? I don't know. Life's complicated. Let's see, let me make sure all the... I also set up my, I set up my shit to do audio ducking, so hopefully I got this stuff all figured out. What hardware am I running this on? This is on a PlayStation 3, John Lemon, one of the fat ones. So it's like running on hardware, not emulated. And I bought it from the PlayStation Store. Oh, man. You playing on some PS1? No, not really. The next best thing, I guess. Shit. Very specific username? Hey, Jackson fam. Audio ducking, that's a music production level technique. Sort of. They expose those tools in OBS. So they let you link them. So I was testing around with it before stream, and I think I just barely got it figured out such that, when I talk, the Elgato ducks down, and then when I don't talk, it comes back up. Name it Takumi. That's too easy. That's too obvious, right? Well, I don't know what his canon name is supposed to be. Kind of before I was born and after you were born? Yeah. Well, that's what somebody in the, that's what somebody in Discord said. They said, play a game, that was made after you were born and before I was born. Takumi is the only suggestion I'm getting. Hello. DLR. Thank you for the resub. Ezra, you like Dutsu today? Good, good. I didn't have as much to go with this week, so I was worried, but I do enjoy the backing off on stuff and giving things more room to breathe. It's actually, I think it's helped a lot. But I appreciate the compliment. Name him Rectum Munch. That's pretty good. Spaghetti. No one can touch him. I'm trying to think of... Because, man, there's been so many good ones. Like, having my dude as Link is just perfect. But I don't know that I can, Oh, I meant it as a joke, but I do appreciate it. I vote for Spaghetti. Tarantino? Does love anime. Look for the resub Fistifer. Damn it, I'm staying on this way too long. Jim. Shit, you gotta name him Takumi. Weeaboo Jones, what's your reasoning for Takumi? Anime was a mistake. Shit. Speaking of anime, shouldn't he just be Goku? Ah! Gary, that's pretty good. TFH Show, thank you for the sub. That means I gotta play you a song now. Suikoden 1080p. Not quite. Man, it's going through all kinds of scaling. It's like on PS1 hardware running through a scaler for an HDMI in the PS3, then going to a splitter to an Elgato. Vegeta? No, there's another character that needs to be Vegeta. It'll be obvious later. I just listened to a song at work that I really liked. I remember listening to it and thinking, yeah! That's a pretty good track. And guess what? I'm gonna play for it. Play it for you. For sure. It's only a partial stroke. The Twitch side of my face can still function. So we're cool. Hold on, let me scrub this biz now. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll cut in there. Alright, thanks for the sub. I owe you a song. TFH Show. What is the show? Out of curiosity. You can enlighten me while I play you your track that I hope you enjoy.
I wasn't always willing, but baby, I was always able, yeah. I'm slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing. I'm coming out of all of the darkness, now that I'm flawless. You said I was the one, but you married someone half your age. She's a groupie ex-girlfriend with a plastic face. And you said you'd never go back to an old flame. Well, it's gonna make you sick when everybody hears my pain. Yeah, yeah. Slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing, baby.
Oh, okay. The Too Fucking Honest show. Turning my house into a broadcast studio for an old school morning talk show. Used to be a film game critic. Did movie reviews for Opie and Anthony back in the day. I want to continue that style show to Twitch. That could work, man. That could work. Sandra in with the 3-year sub. God damn. Somebody suggested corn nuts. That's really good. Oh yeah, man. Chinese propaganda posters are the best. Hey, Steph. Well, and I gotta go say hi to her in a second. But first. Okay. I gotta track. Sandra, thanks for the year. 3 years. 3 years. That's too many. It's a lot of years. But I appreciate it. Thank you for it. Yeah, I said corn nuts. Corn nuts is pretty good too. Corn nuts are generally unappreciated. I feel like we're gonna come back around to the year of corn nut. I think they're going to become fashionable snack foods yet again. All right, thank you for the 3-year sub. I like the song a lot. I hope you do too.
It's getting near dawn. When lights close the tired eyes, I'll soon be with you, my love. Give you my dawn surprise. I'll be with you, darling, soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love. I'm with you, my love, the light shining through on you.
Oh my god. Alright, you guys are throwing money at me. TFH Show, thank you for gifting a sub to Shinobi Homie. I don't think I have rules for that. That's not recurring, right? That's a 1-month dealio? I think that'll have to fall under the Prime sub rule. Which, by the way, thank you, V-Rob, for Prime sub. And Joker, 2 years. My god. That's another sweet song. Any plans to do a tournament video, Dragon Ball FighterZ like you guys did with the Battle of Gods game? I'm gonna be coy and say yes. There are plans, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. It's also like, I don't know, not really my place to talk about. James is kind of spearheading that one, which is awesome. That means it's gonna be good. It's a one-time thing. Oh yeah, I thought so. Begone, thought. Does anyone say thought out loud? I have only ever heard that word, read that word, I should say specifically. James is so stoked for that game? Man, we're all pretty hyped for it. Adam's real excited too. You just did? I did, yeah. I've yet to hear anyone else, like, curse, command a thought into action. I do recall, or rather, I do enjoy referring to, of passing along an imperative to a group of women and addressing them all respectfully as hoes. Hoes, please retire to the dinner chamber. Anyway. I don't know where I'm going with this. W Bad, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate that. You've been around, man. Thanks for throwing that Amazon money my way. But Joker, I got a track for you. This is like if Joker were reinvented as, I don't know, CD-ROM? That's a really good name. But I like Corm. Anyway, please enjoy this song. It's awesome. Sort of, I hope you like it. Yes. It's a little known fact that the techno music at the beginning of Blade is actually the origin of all music. It is, it's kind of like the... If music were bread, it would be the mother loaf. Chint? That's really good, but suggestive. It's close, it's close. Also, this game is, like, kinda serious? This or Corm. I don't know, I like the way that looks all spelled out. Yeah, it was Confusion by New Order. Name it Rancid. Spork. Wuntel Spork. But guys, it's just silly. You're just making silly sounds now. This is serious. Like I just said, it's serious. I'm gonna go with Corm. My brave little hero, Corm. Ham Slap? That's pretty good too. Oh. Wait. There are certain characters you can only get if you load a save from... Hold on. And Corm isn't a silly sound? No! Corm is very serious. I wonder if my Suikoden 1 save is still kicking around. I had that 108 save. Blap blap. I think. Level 58. I guess I used my own name for level 1, for Suikoden 1 too. Wasn't very inventive. Okay. Reading about the FGC, I'm still baffled why the FGC is anti-esports. What's the reason? They're not. I think that's a little harsh to call them anti-esports. I think they are anti-establishment. It's probably the word I would use. They're like the punk scene that doesn't care about the money, really. You know? They're not interested in becoming brand safe. There's been some, you know, there's been some movement in that direction. Because there's definitely more money and more opportunity in the FGC now than there used to be. But I think it's still more about the game. More about the competition than it is being a business or an enterprise. I can respect that. Have I played Xenogears? Yeah, I played it back in the day. Corm. My childhood friend is... I might need to scoot the game cap over. Oh, it looks like the text is all visible. Yeah, fuck it. Because I'll forget next time. I think the Xbox move today could make big waves. I'm tentatively optimistic. It'll take years before it does. Like, no one knew the impact Netflix would have right away. And by the time it became apparent, a lot of media companies started moving that direction, and I think we're in the middle of that movement right now. I think there's a lot of companies that are in the middle of prepping some kind of offering like that, if they have the library too. Let's go outside, buddy. Let's have a moment. Look at that. Already recruiting people? Does that mean I can't make a good living as a Street Fighter V or Smash player, considering the price pools for those games are very, very small? I mean, yeah, okay. I don't think you could do that stuff full time. I don't think there are a lot of fighting game players who do. There are like people who hybridize. They compete, but then they also stream, or they commentate and they stream. You know, Maximilian, Eris, to name a few. Chris G streams, but and a lot of other pro players will stream, but it doesn't seem like it's enough for them to really make it a full-time thing out of. My Xbox is an expensive anime watching machine. Everything is an expensive anime watching machine if you spend enough money on it. Can someone explain the Xbox deal? They basically, so they have Game Pass, which is a subscription service that grants you digital access to a bunch of games that are like in the program. Today they announced that they're going to add all of their first-party exclusive titles to that program day and date that they release. So the day that Sea of Thieves comes out, you can buy it for $60, or you can sign up for Game Pass for $10 a month and play it right away, same way, and also have access to hundreds of other games. That's kind of the sales pitch. I am feeling Corm. So I believe the setup is you're like, there was a war. Oh, thanks for the resub, Chris. There was a war, and apparently you're on the eve of signing the peace treaty, and there is tension about whether or not you should have kept fighting or not. I guess some of these guys want to keep fighting. Stream games or disc? Halloran, is it neither? You do have to download the games, but they're not streamed. Yeah, they don't mail you physical copies of any of this, so it's over the internet. Yeah. Which I know download caps are a huge kibosh on that kind of thing. You'll be paying for a Netflix-style gaming deal? Yes. That is exactly what it is. With, you know, longer download times. We'll sign a peace agreement. Lost a bunch of weight? I'm trying. I am trying. Tracking all my calories. What's up, Katie? I am curious, because I remember this game being pretty incredible. But who knows? Maybe it's one of those things where at the time it was the best thing that had happened until then. So I'm really curious if it holds up. I will say already the setting is pretty unique. I mean, most games were like, I'm an anime hero boy, and I'm in magical anime land, and let's have an adventure. As I recall, there's a tender moment. I play Final Fantasy VI every year. Stoopy, that is basically the other game that I wonder if it holds up or not. Because, yeah, I remember it being incredible. But, it, you know, compared to everything else at the time, it had a pretty great story. I think the soundtrack, I expect, would probably hold up pretty well. Like the cricket sounds. Yeah. This was a really cute... I say cute, like, it was... I really enjoyed this period of gaming because it was like... It was where the facsimiles were getting pretty good. Obviously not photorealistic. You had to use a lot of artistic liberty and design to sort of... There were still limitations. I think that's the ultimate thing. There's still a lot of limitations on what people could do. Now, man, if you have money, if you got money, you can pay people and you can do anything. Damn it. I thought there was a tender moment. I don't remember a tender moment. I know that's what, like, that's Star Citizen, right? That's the dream. The most amazing, biggest game of all time ever. I got a sister? Boom, yeah. We're going to Anime Town. Yeah, I need to find that hashtag tender moment. So, I guess if you guys are unfamiliar with the Suikoden series, and I imagine a lot of people probably are, it's old as shit, and it kind of just dissolved as Konami decided it's stopped caring about making games. Oh! That sounded like a tender moment. Oh, maybe not. Oh, hey, Astro Sock. Thank you. Thank you for the kind word. That seemed like a moment, but I got caught. It's Suikoden? I don't know. I never heard the thing said out loud. But so your typical RPGs will have a party of a certain number of characters, but you'll have more characters than that you can rotate in and out. Final Fantasy VII, what have you. I still feel like I'm missing something. I wasn't paying attention. But this character has over 100 recruitable characters. And they all have their own abilities, and I mean, most of them are useless, but that's kind of cool. There's a collectionism aspect to the game, a little Pokemon aspect. Some you can't, like some you can miss, which sucks. Damn it, why I keep hitting that? Anyone else ever play Thousand Arms? I started it, but I didn't get very far. Alright, I'll just go to sleep. I don't think I ever had a PS1. I got one late. Late in the game. Oh, I guess there was a battle. Everything was so safe. How am I this evening? Kawaii, I am pretty great. A little hungry. I've been trying to reel my diet back in. I had a few days where I sort of let myself run wild. By run wild, I mean like, oh, eat like almost 2,000 calories. So I gotta put myself back on the purge. Aw. Man. Remember this being pretty raw, too? Just like, kid soldiers getting slaughtered right at the intro to the game. And this is also one of those things where, either due to good taste or the limits of the system, they didn't like render it all in terrible detail. It's just the music and your imagination is kind of left to it. And some pretty decent sprite work. Speaking of fitness, gotta say that you and the other funhousers, mostly James, let's be real, have been an inspiration for me working out consistently. Awesome. No, James is an inspiration to be around for sure. I'm lucky that I get to work around him. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Recently I had like 4 Krispy Kreme donuts. Let me tell you, that was like the first hit of crack. Oh, I could see. Oh, you must have been vibrating. How'd the live show go? Will it go on YouTube or was it a live only thing? It was a live only thing. I gotta watch that X, man. I'm a hair trigger on that OK button. But no, I think it went really well. Mostly because it seems like people were really happy with it. It makes me wonder, like, we had a pretty easy crowd though, you know? People already knew who we were and liked us before we got there. So it makes you wonder, how would it have gone if it were just like anyone and we were like, hey, come see the show, it's funny. I wonder if anyone would get it. But, you know, that's not the point, right? That's what it wasn't billed as, so. You planning on going to RTX Austin this year? Oh, I have to. We work the event. That is not something I can just opt out of. Oh, he's a fucking traitor? You guys are hilarious. People would have enjoyed it. Well, thank you. They'd be confused, but probably entertained. Yeah, confusion, I think, is probably the dominant sense. Man. This is like... I mean, from a writing perspective, though, if you're going to establish a villain, that's probably the most evil thing ever. They're preventing a peace treaty by faking an ambush of child soldiers. That's pretty awesome. How could you have known these were the bad guys? Their portraits make them seem so trustworthy. Yeah, I mean, all right. They're going to communicate it a little bit. What happened to those birds that you got for Secret Santa? We returned them, which apparently you can do, which is good. Tend to stay away from where beer. Alright, tend to stay away from beer too, at least on non-cheat days, and go for zero-carb drinks like bourbon. However, this tends to lead to me getting drunk quicker and thus making poor dietary decisions. So it's either drink a lot of carbs and eat or drink no carbs, but still eat. The vicious cycle. Yeah. I like the idea of bourbon being somebody's diet beverage. I'm pretty much figured out you can't. Like, you can't. There's no room. Did you get a new camera? It looks way better than before. I did. Yes. I joined the 2010s and got a webcam that's not a decade old. Thank you for the resub, Nikki. I think he seems to be the source of the problem. Let's get out of here. I am right. They'll never find me. Even though I'm wearing wooden clogs and slapping them around on the ground so hard that I'm creating dust clouds. We plan to come out to the East Coast for Funhouse Live. We don't even know that we're going to do another one. We still have to sort of... We have to get together to talk about it. We're just kind of decompressing after... Because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. In addition to all the other work we were doing. There was no, like... There was no space created yet. Oh, shit. Jin Oreo. Sounds like a Star Wars character. Thank you for the sub. Is Real Gamers for Real Gamers coming back? I mean, that's just it's a gimmick. That's not really, like, content. Or it doesn't really describe any content. Unless you just mean gameplays that I choose to play. In which case, yes, probably, somehow. That's another thing that just hasn't been any time to do. Which sounds really crazy. Haven't had time to play video games at work. I know. I know, life is tough. Thank you guys for always being here and supporting me in my terrible trials. Couldn't do it without you guys. I couldn't bravely get up in the morning and bike to work to play video games sometimes. It's tough. It's tough out there. I do it. Because I'm a hero. Because I am a hero. Alright, I'm gonna find a track for Jin Oreo. That's what I'm gonna do. The most humble dude? Psh, it's easy! I don't have to try, like... Your Corm. Corm is okay. Alright, I got a track. I got a track from my man, Jin Oreo. Or one, who knows. My person. Jin Oreo threw money at me, so I throw this track at you. Please enjoy it.
Mosquitoes with headaches handed out by the rust. The world
you. Thank you for the sub. Hey man, hard work is work. Even if it's a super awesome, incredible job, you guys work hard and it pays off. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Reminds me, says W Bad, there's a brand of sugar-free zero-calorie soda called Zevia, which is flavored with stevia, I believe. There's quite a diverse flavor selection in zero-calorie soda, and the Mountain Zevia flavor, their Mountain Dew offshoot, I think, tastes very similar to Sprite. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, I think I had the ginger, like the ginger beer Zevia. I was like, it definitely has that, like it definitely had that sweetener twang. Uh-oh, they found me. Listening to Captain Beefheart. No, can't say that I have. You have to make any creative compromises when making videos. Of course, yeah. Compromise is what it's all about. It's a compromise between, like, ideas that you may have and versus, like, the time you have to execute them and the tools and the money and the opportunity you have. That's all a compromise. Your job is to just hit the sweet spot, to make the best thing with the available resources. To make the right choices about what to leave out and what to keep in. Oh yeah. I remember really liking the battle theme in this game. I like drums. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to remember how to play this game. Oh, that's right. You assign moves to everybody, and then they just all kind of go at the same time. That was, I remember that being one of those really fucking cool things that they did to speed up. Oh, you can do United attacks? I'll do that. Oh, I should have done that way at the beginning. Whatever cares. We're gonna twirl! I'm gonna beat his ass. Okay. You a big fan of Chrono Trigger? I like Chrono Trigger. I'm not a big fan of it. The story just kind of meanders all over the place. I like the concept of a time-traveling JRPG. It's great. The music is incredible. The artwork's pretty good. The sprite work's pretty good. But it's just like, the story kind of sucks dick. Kind of sucks. It's just this, like, lilting fantasy plot that doesn't really follow any of its own rules or lean on time travel all that much. So whatever, that's just... It's fun apart from that, but compared to something like Final Fantasy VI that does have a consistent tone and a story that has progression to an end, I don't know, it's got everything, whereas Chrono Trigger has most things, if that makes any sense. Although I will say it's like, it is the first Mitsuda soundtrack, and I think it deserves everything for that. I mean, I have the similar complaints about Chrono Cross, and I like Chrono Cross a lot. The art is incredible, the music's fantastic. You're breaking bazillion people's hearts. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm judging it by today's standards. I think that there's just one minor weak point in it, and it is the actual story. But apart from that, it's great. I promise. This is gonna be so important later. That's your tender moment, by the way. That was it. I remember you. Hey, Akalemie? Did you, like, phonetically spell out how to... What is it? No, those are Ateliers. Never mind. Got flashbacks. Oh! We get late title cards! I'm into this shit. But thank you. Gotta be grown up and go to bed. Alright, see you, Mandela. Sleep well. They're showing what tight bros these two bros were. And like, these are like storytelling beats that games just didn't have at the time, and still kind of don't. I feel bad that I'm cutting off some of the names. harsh training. They're hard on each other, but through that they formed a bond. A bro bond. These two sweet bros just had to part ways. It's like the end of Fast and Furious 6. 7. I love how creative they had to get with their rudimentary tools. Yeah, to be bad. I agree completely. I think, man. I think, I mean, there's a lot of people who swear that, yeah. I wonder what he's up to. Hey, Steph.
I'm completely in awe
Of
the fact that I knew nothing about one of the founders of JPL, Jack Parsons.
What is that?
One of the founders of JPL, Jack Parsons.
What's JPL?
Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Oh, okay.
Was also an occultist. He first of all, so he was doing this in the 20s and 30s. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
I was listening to the Twin Peaks book, and I told you this shit goes all over the place. And they start talking about Jack Parsons, who knew L. Ron Hubbard, who they think, because of his occultist practices for a religion called Philema, that is like all sorts of...
Wait, L. Ron had a practice one before?
Well, so he knew him back then, and they're thinking that a lot of the shit that L. Ron Hubbard wrote in Dianetics is probably shit that came from, like, the practices of Philema, that, like, is this weird occultist religion that was basically founded by a man who was referred to as the wickedest man in the world, this guy like Aleister Crowley, who was like a heroin addict and really into sex. So wait, he would go to this...
Katie beat you there, by the way.
Ordo Templi Orientis. At these gatherings, Parsons watched as strange rituals were performed, most notably the Gnostic Mass, a weird take on the Catholic Mass. On a black and white stage stood an altar embossed with hieroglyphic patterns, a host of candles, and an upright coffin covered with a gauze curtain out of which the group's caped leader would appear.
Rules!
Poetry was read, swords were drawn, breasts kissed, and lances stroked. It was a highly charged sexual atmosphere. Wine was drunk, and cakes made out of menstrual blood were consumed. Oh, fucking shit! This is like amazing! I want to find out more about this shit.
It sounded like a party until the menstrual cake. That's cool, whatever.
I'm like, Thelema was a type of religious libertarianism that spoke of radical individualism and self-fulfillment. Its creed was, do what thou wilt.
Oh, okay, sure. Just...
He apparently owned, like, a house, like, in Pasadena that people, like, would go to and, like, have these, like, giant kind of orgy parties. And the thing is, so he never went to college because of the Great Depression. It was too much money. So he ended up having to drop out. So he basically, like, him and another dude went into Caltech and were like, rockets, this is what needs to happen. Like, we want to come and do this stuff. So even though with a high school education, he, like, finagled, like, going in there and being like, hey, this is stuff that you should do, and that, you know, he used to get made fun of that rockets will take us to the moon one day. Ha 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 ha! You are so foolish. But also, he was apparently crazy and or potentially a little off kilter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Also, probably doing a lot of drugs because apparently this was part of it too. So there's a whole. I'm just reading all about this, and I feel more like, holy fucking shit. This is amazing. How come no one told me about this? Also, of course, Katie knows about this. I didn't. Wait. I'm gonna guess she read the book.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that the audiobook is pretty great because it's a full cast, including having Kyle MacLachlan reading cases as Coop. So it's kind of delightful. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be like, hey, did you know about this?
Oh, no?
By the way, this is a thing that I just learned about, and now I'm reading about this weird, crazy cult religion where they serve menstrual cakes, and apparently it's a lot of. Also, this I want this at my funeral. I demand that I be, like, posed in a coffin with gauze, and it's a lot of candles.
Yes.
So.
Okay, well now I know what to do. What kind of insurance do you have? It'll probably cover that.
Anyway.
Get the upright casket rider on your life insurance plan.
I'm just saying this was a fascinating thing that I learned about.
No, that's So wait, who is this again? What was this deal?
Jack Parsons,
How's-
one of the founders of JPL.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, gotta be motivated.
So
I don't know. It's like if I keep wondering what I would get up to before video games, and apparently people just started cults, which would be pretty cool.
I mean, the show was almost a cult. Your show was almost a cult. People were continually
Yeah,
chanting.
we got them chanting, which is pretty cool. It's a good time when you get people chanting.
I'm saying the next
Still
step
waiting on that
is
money, though.
menstrual cakes. Menstrual cakes.
Okay, well, we'll serve food if there's another one, but
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your game and all of this stuff, but I felt like this was so important and weird that I had to talk about it as like a what in the what? How did I not know about this? How is this not a thing? I'm fascinated by it now.
let's see here. W Bad has a thought experiment. You're a computer scientist. I'd wager a large amount of the upper echelon computer scientists aren't socially normative. What did the nonconformist tech/engineering types do for fun or mental simulation between video games? Or for that fact, even television, which JPL did? I don't know. All sorts of things, I imagine. Who knows? Build boats? Pick up carpentry? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad I got video games. That keeps me occupied.
No menstrual cake needed to play a video game.
No. Well, no.
I mean, it's
Cult
preferable.
shiz. That's what they did. It's nothing but cults. Yeah, like the Masons, the fucking Shriners. They just got together and wore robes and drank beer. I guess that's a fun evening when you got nothing else going on.
I'm just saying I was completely blown away by this particular series of facts that I just learned. And I'm appreciative of the type of research that I'm guessing Mark Frost and company did in creating a book and how this all ties back into the strange things of Twin Peaks. And how these things could, like, kind of are all these weird events that have happened in periods of time that, like, trying to use those to explain certain things. I had no idea about Jack Parsons, though, and apparently the dude who founded this religion, or at least the, like, kind of more U.S., or I guess the more English-based version of it, the guy that's the most wicked man in the world, he has a book that's called Moonchild, which apparently a lot of sex magic acts base out of, and it's about, like, calling forth, like, a particular perfect being sort of weird thing. I don't know, I was reading about that, too. He actually has a thing where they talk about the white magician battling the black magician and his black lodge. And I was like, I see what you're doing there. Like, there's so many references to Black Lodge in that same way. And I'm like, I see. Okay, I see why this is probably why you would include it into the things with Twin Peaks.
Yeah. It makes me wonder. Oh, thank you, Jelly Sandwich. Also makes me hungry. Makes me wonder how much of that stuff they looked up before the show and how much after the fact they just like, oh, they referenced Black Lodge, great, we'll like wrap that in somehow. I don't know. I'd be interested to ask.
I see this now. I just
Yeah.
looked at the chat and I see. Okay, that would make sense because the Moonchild is supposed. Okay, like that would
Talking about
fit. I'm not
Moonchildren.
really curious about this book Moonchild. So I was like, oh, look at all these things. Look at this. I appreciate all of this wackiness. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure when I started listening to this book, and it started with Lewis and Clark, and I was like, holy shit, are we going that far back? But, a lot of things, interesting things. And now I feel like I've learned about this Jack Parson character, and I'm curious to know more.
Well, if we've learned anything, it's that everything has to do with Twin Peaks.
Yes, all great things involve Twin Peaks. Anyway, also, thank you for leaving me dinner.
Oh,
And
you're
there's
welcome.
also berries in the fridge.
Ooh, hell yeah, berries.
Yeah. Berries.
I get berries. Louisiana Purchase was actually a power move by Jefferson to get more space for cult orgies. Everything is for occult orgies. I guess is there any other kind of orgy? You have a Protestant orgy? I'm sure they've happened. Get bacon because I'm on keto. Mine's gonna be fewer calories. What kind of berries? I don't know. I'll find out later.
Raspberries and strawberries.
There you go. Hey, Stoopy. Ugh. There's gotta be some shit where a game makes you do a menial task. Which is pretty much all Suikoden. Or sorry, all Shenmue. Shove that box. We're gonna do a good job. Please our new masters. Hey Natoba. It's going pretty good. I'm tired. I'm just tired all the time now. That's the thing. Wait, there's too many boxes. How will I solve this delicate puzzle? There. Got here someone late. What is Corm a reference to? Nothing. It's just a good name. Tired all the time. That's a mood. Yeah. I need to take a day off. Just sleep. Do nothing. Sleep, play video games. Call over Postmates. When they come to the door, just scream for them to come in and tuck the food in my mouth. I'll do my own chewing, that's okay. But that's all I'm gonna do. Excellent. Oh yeah, maybe I can... Jesus Christ, save me. Now we can do transparency now, it's cool. PlayStation. Have you considered a day off for hormone meditation? Or hormone mediation? I'm not sure what that is. Totally legit, biochemistry is a fickle mistress. Well, that sounds like something that... That sounds like something that I could take a day off for, sure. Let's take a day to sleep once a week. I usually try to sleep for 12 plus hours. It's not that easy. People want to do things. There's always people that want to do things. Always. All the time. People doing stuff. You didn't put that crate there? Yes, Scode. It's the magic of game development. Makes me wonder how much you can fuck it up and it'll still sort it for you. Oh, let's see here. That's about coming to a charity con. Last time was pretty informal, but you guys have a formal email route I could go down. No, Natoba? Not a formal one, no. The problem is gonna be, like... We don't have a whole lot of free weekends, and... I don't know. Also be aware you were just asking me about that when I was just saying how tired I was. So my response is gonna be a little influenced. It depends, like, what kind of charity? There aren't a whole lot of... Well, I guess I genuinely don't know what cons benefit which charities. Oops, I don't know how many flints I was supposed to ask for. Are you feeling lethargic, tired, or physically fatigued? More lethargic. Oops. I don't know how many I need. I wasn't paying attention. 3 flints, 1 bag of flour. Alright. You give me another one. It's for the children. Which children? If it's for shitty little kids, I don't care. If they're little bastards, they can figure it out on their own. Ooh, Barbara's awesome. She's already yelling. Yeah, I gave them to you. You sure did, Barbara. Thank you. It's an anime convention run at a university. All the profit goes to funding the next con and spill over and goes to the local food bank. It's up in Canada. Yeah, I mean, would like flight accommodations be dealt with? Because then it would be like us paying to fly to Canada for a weekend. I mean, I can just send you some cans of corn or whatever the food bank needs. I need some flour. My personal experience, and I don't know the science behind this one, but it feels like my fat appetite never truly left me. Yeah, I think that's just like a human thing. Oh, that's spicy. I'm pretty much, and the going thought is that anyone that has a portrait you can recruit eventually if you do the right stuff. I would feel lethargic even when eating within a 2,000 calorie range. Ah, I see what you mean. And now that you bring it up, maybe that's why I'm starting to bottom out a little bit. Because, yeah, today I'm ratcheting my diet back down to 1,600. That's when I ask about formal route, but yes, we do fly in voice actors. Usually get someone from Japan. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of how that would be done. I hate to ask this because you might have already done it, but if you DM me about it, I can try and connect you to the right people. I know that there are a lot of people at Rooster Teeth. I mean, if you want to ask Russ specifically, that's something, but there are definitely a lot of people at Rooster Teeth who are very active going to cons and stuff. So I don't know how broad your offer is, but yeah, we can have the conversation, I guess. I gotta find a bag of flour, I guess. Calorie deficit is the biggest hit to your daily energy, then carbs, obviously. Well, yeah. It's with enough caffeine and I don't know. I found that my body just gets used to it after a while. Yeah, you didn't see my friend. What's up, Rez? Yeah, I'll email you. Okay, cool. Huge Funhouse fan, so getting you guys would be awesome to me, but a marketable base RubyCast would be best. Okay. Yeah, I can. Hopefully, I'll connect you to the right people. A literal year away, so plenty of time. All right. Cool, cool. What's up, Catrax? All right, I gotta find flour. That's not where Barbara was. She was standing next to all sorts of sacks of things. She gave me boots for some reason. I'm gonna stream on Sunday because that'd be a great birthday day present for me. I don't think I got anything going on this Sunday. After that, next week I am flying to Sydney for RTX. So that week is just out. But...
Wait, let me see.
What?
Did you see the email? I'm trying to remember if it's Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, that? Shit.
It's just it's in the afternoon.
Okay. Well, I don't know then, Resonator.
It'll be 1 o'clock-ish. But it also doesn't factor in driving.
I was thinking I haven't put that in my calendar yet. So, maybe? I'll give you a firm maybe. What do you think of pop culture and subcultures going mainstream? I don't know. If you're referring to like, oh, Star Wars is popular now, that's like, I think a lot of that sort of thinking is just flawed to begin with. That stuff was always popular. Star Wars has always been the biggest entertainment property on the planet, or like one of them. I think it's just this weird perception. I think I think it has to do with the personality types that those things tend to attract. They sort of enjoy the idea of being an underdog, or they tell themselves that they're... I think it's like narrative crafted. People love nerdy shit, and they always have. People like video games. There was a boom. There was a boom when video games first came out. So many people bought them, and then the market was flooded and it crashed. That doesn't happen if nobody's even involving themselves in it. So, I don't know, I think that's mostly a quirk of perception. Okay. At least I can only speak from the American standpoint on things. think you'd mentioned you're in Taiwan, so... As far as that goes, I don't know that I can comment necessarily. One of my favorite JRPGs, I just wish we got 6. Yeah, it's a bummer these games just kind of petered off. What do you think about Dragon Quest? I'm thinking of playing it to get into JRPG. And Dragon Quest is great. It depends which one you're playing, though. The older ones can be real thick, but 8 is phenomenal. I recall 8 being one of the best JRPGs I'd ever played, so can't recommend that one enough. I never really got into 7. Lead up is so slow. And also, I got it for 3DS and didn't really finish it. I got it for PlayStation 1 back in the day. I got like 10 hours in and just got so bored. But I wasn't prepared for that style of game at that time. God, where to get the flower? I'll talk to Barbara again. Maybe she'll have it. It's just boots, though, right? Oh, she doesn't even ask now. Excited for the Secret of Mana remake? I don't know. I don't know, flower. Maybe. I don't know anything about it. If it's the same game with, like, newer, more colorful graphics... I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't sound appealing. I've played Secret of Mana enough. Which is weird. Second floor all the way to the right. Ah, Chowmeister! You can't be spoiling things. Backseating. Now I'm like, I gotta pretend that I'm still thrashing around. I'm gonna go into this room again. There we go. How about from an aesthetic point of view? Huh? Do subcultures that become mainstream make compromises now that make them less unique? Is that a very broad question? Maybe? Also, what the hell you just asked unless you were talking to yourself? Oh, maybe I was. I gotta be careful about that. Also, it's not over here. Second floor all the way to the right. I'm all the way to the right. Hey, Riley. I don't know about subcultures and stuff. That... I think that for something to... Oh, this guy? Ah, that second floor. Oh, I gotta go to the village. I think that I guess I'll go talk to the dude. For anything to get really popular, it's gonna have to have certain aspects. And, I think that aspect to itself may be why things get homogenized at the pop culture level. I don't know. Speaking so abstractly, it's hard to say anything definite. Especially when I guess I don't have any formal training in sociology or anything like that, so I don't know that I could comment on it in that way. Go and talk to Leona, gladly. There must be elements of subculture that don't compromise and stay true, so who cares? Getting popular generally just means some new people grow a genuine love for it. Yeah, is this in reference to something specific? Oh man, I get a little dog man.
Okay, so it is in there.
Oh. See ya, Katie. We should all read about the occult. This is how we can improve ourselves. Hold on. I'm scanning the early characters you can miss. Okay, I think I'm safe. Safe for a few hours at least. Doing a defensive driving course to dismiss a ticket at 6 hours, and you're on Twitch in your defensive driving class? I'm going for all 108. I don't know. I remember the ending to Suikoden 2 changing fairly significantly if you had all 108 characters. I think it'd be fun. Plus, like, to me, that's one of the values of the game, is getting, like, meeting all the characters and reading all their interactions and stuff. What's up, Hopscotch Hank? And Katanaga, or Kutanaga, probably Kutanaga. General rule of thumb for every subculture interest, I'd say. The popularity of geek stuff of late, musical genres, etc. You can, of course, get a lot of compromise and stuff intended to appeal to everybody, but there will always be that core of genuine love that remains the same, while drawing new people in by putting those populist elements out there. Okay. Sure. Yes. Yes. Yeah. There seems to be a lot of... You guys are talking awfully highly of commercial products. Like, bear in mind that that's what you're talking about. You're talking about things that people make so other people will buy them. So this isn't like... I guess it's an expression of culture in as much as that our culture is capitalist. And that sort of drives the artistic works of it, by and large. I mean, it sounds like you're just talking about selling out, you know? To what degree is something made for the sake of it being made because it has something to say, or something that's contributing materially to the human existence on this planet, or something that's a product that's made to be sold? Sometimes it's a mix of both. Often it's a mix of both. Very rarely does any artist have the liberty to just do whatever they want. But yeah, I mean, it's a spectrum. Some stuff is made to be as palatable and sugary entertaining as possible. I don't know that pop, something that is popular, means that it is meaningless. Something can have meaning and still be popular, but like, the more you say, the more likely someone's going to have a problem with part of it or not get part of it. So I think that another, like, axiomatic thing you can derive is that the simplest messages are the widest, resonate with the widest audience. So, my whole life I've stayed away from things that are popular. I've always found that things that are popular are not deep, thought-provoking, or other smart adjectives. And yeah, I think we're describing the same phenomenon. But I think you also need to separate things being popular from things being valuable. And value is completely relative. Just because something's popular means it's more likely to resonate with you on some level. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have value. That's just what it's made for. There's something I always go back to. What was it? Roger Ebert would lay out his philosophy of reviewing, and it wasn't whether or not he liked it, because that's too subjective. It was, in watching it, could he divine the creator's purpose in making it, and did they realize that purpose well, like with skill? If somebody wants to make a popcorn action movie that everyone on this planet can enjoy, they can do that well and they can do that poorly. Neither of those things reflect on whether or not you like it, you know? So I think that's also a layer that needs to be appreciated. Especially when you're talking about, like, artistic value and whether things get diluted. It dilutes as population grows larger, right? You go from a core of people who are seriously passionate or devoted to a large number of people who range from still being devoted or passionate to just being hobbyists or something similar. The core group is still there, it just tends to be drowned out. Or the core group is replaced by another core group. Rarely, I feel, is the core group completely isolated or destroyed, though it does happen. Are you talking about fandom? Yeah, I guess. Yes. I mean, the most intense fandom is a person by themselves in a vacuum. The second you add a second person, that person would have to be, like, more devoted. I think, yeah, okay, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I guess it stands to reason. I mean, what's the takeaway, though? Are you trying to derive a mathematical proof that certain fandoms should never grow? I don't know what's the deriving thought there. Anyway, someone's explaining their name. I missed it. It had something to do with the dog. Where'd it go? Shit. When did I start? Like, an hour ago? Uh-oh. Did I miss your sub, Adam? Oh yeah, Adam's streaming right now. God, that's an awesome wizard. This music is driving me insane. Sorry. I gotta tap through text faster. I'm getting distracted by chat. Which is another reason I always say, man. Text-based games are not great for streaming. But I guess I need to be more comfortable with ignoring you guys. Twitch just lies. See, I thought I did. I thought I did. What is this? I remember this. I remember just starting this game and, like, doing the good old JRPG thing of, wandering around a little bit to level up. Fuck them up. These guys are cute, though. Little leaves with 2 eyes. 2 little berry eyes. Look at him hopping. Little holly boy. Soon to be a holly man. Happy graduation. Oh, that's right. The experience in this game is weird, too. You level up every 1,000 experience no matter what, but it scales the amount of experience you get based on the level of the character relative to the enemy you're fighting. Weird. Never played a JRPG. Is there one you could recommend that I start with? Persona 5. Persona 5 just came out. Give that a crack. Oh, I gotta get Flower. Should have played Suikoden 1 before Suikoden 2. Or Suikoden. No. The games are not really connected. Actually, they're not connected. They're only connected in theme. So, went fun us live and loved it. Thank you so much for what you guys do. Well, Jew Bear Pig, I'm glad you had a great time. That's the point, after all. We wanted to just give people an entertaining evening. Oh shit, none of them died. Mentioned walking around and leveling up. Playing my first run of Final Fantasy 15, and I always do side quests, so I was way OP by the time I got to the main mission. Yeah, that's the dark side of over-leveling. There's a lot of crossover with characters and places. Oh, you're right! Fuck, like, Flick and Victor were in Suikoden 1. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yes, they're all in the same setting. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I just totally spaced. Yeah, all Suikodens take place in the same world. You're totally right, Rep. I don't know where I was going with that. I was completely wrong. Suikoden 1's a little tough. It's still good, but the translation's a little chunky. The combat system's not as good as 2. The character, it's not as well written. It's still good, but it's like definitely like PS1 era RPG. 2 is, I recall, being phenomenal, and 3 is excellent as well. 3 is like too good for its own good, really. It had a story and a form of storytelling that was just way too good for its time. This is like PlayStation 2 era, where, you know, the most popular characters are still dudes with poppin' abs and guns. And it was like a really subtle sort of political drama kind of game that told its story from 3 different perspectives of events that were happening simultaneously. Like, it was really, really good, but way too smart for its time. I think another reason why I hate popular things is because the fans of pop culture like to bash on unpopular things. Not sure if it's just an Indonesian thing, but I've always been bashed for my musical tastes. By who? Just sounds like you got crappy friends. Unless it's just like lighthearted teasing that's maybe being taken a little too seriously. I don't know. Jar for collecting rainwater. Home. It's an interesting noise for a dog to make. I was there. You look like a character that can be recruited. 3's my favorite story-wise. Yeah, me too. I actually thought 5 was really good. It was a good attempt to get back to what made that series really good, and then it was just dead. There was that one for DS that I just didn't put much time into. We'll never be able to play Suikoden 3 unless you can find a copy and have a PS2. Is it not on PS? Yeah, it's on PSN. Yeah, I saw Duke Nukem with John Cena as the main. Makes sense. And it's so weird. Given that Duke Nukem is a shitty one-dimensional action hero whose entire lines are also cribbed from other movies. So how would you even make a movie about that? It'd be kind of cool if it were just about a shitty dude who had to learn that references to 80s things didn't make him cool. That's all I can figure, though. Ooh, do I buy leggings for everybody? I don't have enough potch. I'll just deck out my main guy. Oh, that's how it works. Never mind. Huh. Armor's interesting. You only have 3 item slots, and that can be armor or usable things? Damn. This old lady just asked me to buy something because they're starving, but I can't. Never played the series, played more Breath of Fire, Secret of Mana, and Evermore instead. Znarf Tarf. I really liked Secret of Evermore. Did you name him Corm, or did the game? I did. Oh, Corm Husk! Hey man, welcome. A really self-aware Duke Nukem movie could be great. Yeah, I mean, that's like... I feel like this is a bit dated, but the Brady Bunch movie that came out in like the late 90s was super like meta and self-aware. And it made it work. And I think that's kind of what it would have to be. Duke on a life-altering journey to redeem himself? I think that would be my concept, yeah, basically. I mean, it would be a comedic thing, but it would be him having to, like, figure out who he is, because he's, like, a one-dimensional gaming protagonist. So I think there'd be fun commentary to do there. That's right. That's right, you don't give them new weapons because they can't change the sprites, so you just sharpen their weapons. Yes, I remember now. Yeah, Last Action Hero, digital. It's a really good point of reference. I mean, I'm not writing it. Who knows, man? That's where I'd go with it. No one's gonna go there with it, but that's where I'd go with it. What is this game? It's a JRPG, yo. The stage has been set. A war-torn land, the Highlands, and the... Ugh, what the hell is that? The Highlands and the other place. Been at war for years. On the eve of signing a peace treaty. The other place stages an attack on its own soldiers, its own child soldiers. Claiming an ambush from the Highlands to renew the war again. For reasons that have yet to be explained, aside from just people being evil. So, I'm doing the JRPG thing and talking to every NPC individually. Oh, he's a big fella. Hey, Drive Showers. Everything stars The Rock. Yeah, gosh. That dude is having the craziest career. I'm trying to remember what the other side of this conflict is called. I already forgot. Adding The Rock's how you drawing the kitties and the views? Pretty much. He, I don't know how Baywatch panned out. But he was basically just like guaranteed box office returns, which is, as an actor, man, there's nothing better than that. When people want to cast you just because you are guaranteed money, and you get your pick, you get to say yes or no to anything. I don't get why everyone uses The Rock. It's kind of meh. Yeah, like I mean, people use him because he's a seller. You put him on your poster, and you got some money. Oh, for some reason I'm really addicted to Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I've yet to play that. I should do that, huh? Captain Frucci? Signing off for the night, but you guys seem pretty cool. I'll try to catch more streams in the future. I appreciate that. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry it's been kind of slow going here. I'm playing at the speed of Twitch chat, which means I'm talking a lot. Can I not make a new file? Eh? I don't want to save over my old stuff. Okay, fine. Save card 1. Corm. 117. Oh, that's the date? Then what's on this other one? 225? What? Oh, that must be in-game. I don't know, who cares? Suikoden 5 was released in 2006. It's been 12 years since a new Suikoden game. I'm sad now. I think that DS one was after that. Maybe not. But yes, it's been a long time. These are old. Time has passed. Kylo was much better written this time around. Yeah, he was given more like gray space, if that makes any sense. Although in retrospect certain things don't really add up. If he was supposedly conflicted, I don't know. Don't need to get into it, but I need to I guess I should watch that movie again because I feel like things don't add up quite right. A lot of it does. And I'm willing to give a pass to a lot of it, but... Any chance we could play some Dragon Ball FighterZ matches together on PC Player? I don't know, Showers. My policy is always to just throw myself in matchmaking. If I happen to get matched up with somebody, that's cool, but... I don't think I'll go out of my way to arrange matches with chat or anything like that. How do I gotta find Poth, Meth, what was his name? Porcel? Pong Bong. I think Cena wouldn't be a great Duke. What's there to Duke? I don't know that it is necessarily very hard to be Duke Nukem. The voice is most of it. Yeah, I don't know that anyone could do that. But... Watch it again, not in theaters. Didn't like the new one. Better than 1 and 2, but not great. Yeah, I was gonna wait for it to hit digital. I'll probably scoop it up. You don't need an Oscar to play Duke Nukem. No. And again, I also feel like he's a character whose entire personality is based on one-liners from other characters in movies that are actual characters. What is Duke Nukem? He likes titties. And he quotes 80s movies. Oh, so much to work with. What the hell? Did I completely biff this? Wasn't I supposed to come back here? Cena can do one-liners. Yeah, I mean... Wrestling gives you the training to be charismatic and to read lines and have people pay attention to them. I don't know if what Cena's mic skills are like. I'm certainly not an expert in wrestling at all. Yeah. How's your night going? Pretty good, Pope Man. I got the flower, but that dude's not there anymore. So I don't know what to do. I feel like he's got to be here somewhere. You'll find him. I will. Eventually. It doesn't make sense that he would just be gone. Oh. I had to talk to that guy? Oh, no, wait. We already did this. Makes me look at that crappy bear. I'll figure it out eventually. Slonzy, how was my day? It's pretty good. Pretty good. Got through another podcast without major incident, which is always nice. It's always a little nerve-wracking. A little stressful, which is good. I want it to be. It should be. I don't want to ever get just like 100% blasé with it. Jeez. So, yeah. Good day, I guess. They had to do a lot of, just like, business stuff. Man, you'd be shocked. Damn shocked at how much business stuff starts to consume your time. How's the transition for the new office setup going? It's still happening in bits and pieces. A lot of that stuff is just gonna happen behind the scenes, I think. The next big thing, it's like, we have to do a lot of work for something we won't even get a whole lot out of right away. We have to, move all of our set pieces around and move to a new set space. That'll eventually pay off because we'll actually have space we can use. It's not shared and people won't pillage our sets for lights and props and stuff every other week. Yuck. Where'd you go, little guy? Man. I know I'm not paying the strictest attention to the game, but this is like... I feel like I've been in here. I have. He's not in here. Well, what do you think of Hardcore Henry? It was fun. It was really cool. It was like it kind of reminded me of Crank. Not like there's an obvious layer, but also the way that it felt watching it. It just felt like if everything is ridiculous, nothing is ridiculous. You know? So I don't know. I respect both movies' attempts to be the first movie that never has downtime or whatever, or rather that maybe being the log line. But sometimes pacing is the thing. That said, I thought Hardcore Henry did a pretty good job of having down moments that didn't feel too down. But I don't know, maybe it could have used some more downtime. Crank 2 got real ridiculous. Well, yeah, that's the point. To be as ridiculous as possible. Gosh. I remember being stuck in Suikoden 3 for like an hour and a half because I couldn't find who I was supposed to talk to, but it turns out I just had to leave. Like, whatever village I was in, I had to leave. And that would trigger the cutscene to like, progress the story. I just remember being so annoyed at something so simple. Nice. Nice. I guess I'll just explore. Who knows? This is like SNES level game logic. Just go somewhere. Alright. Well, at least they gated this off. Good old turn-based battles. Yeah, feels good. Is that a dog man? Yes, it is. Sure is. A little trail up here. Onward to adventure. Yeah, the kaiju fight sequence was unexpected. Yeah, event flags, especially ones that are really confusing and obscure. You know, I played Xenoblade 2. I've started it. I got far enough in to get an anime girl, and then satisfied, I put it down. I want to go back to it. I thought about playing that tonight, but for the random criteria I got from that dude in Discord. Oh man, this music. You're gonna be hearing this one a lot. A doggy is cute. Yeah, it is a nice place. It's got a little flute action. Oh, okay. So that dog is a dog, but you also have a dog man. Yes. You are starting to understand the subtleties of the game. In fact, you've summarized it perfectly. That is a dog. Over there. A dog, normal dog, but this is also a dog man. Gen. I have a dog man in my party. He speaks, you know, kind of like a dog. You know. Going, Jess. See you, Jess. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for watching. Need to get back on that Xenoblade Chronicles. Need to get on that Trails in the Sky. Get some real anime gaming going. Shit, speaking of that, I need to get back on Danganronpa. We finally got teens dropping out. It's getting exciting. Only 9 more days to RTX Australia? Yes. Whoo boy. Whew. I have not even started mentally preparing for that. Oh yeah, I remember Hannah being fucking awesome. Girl's thick. She's like wearing Sonya the Destroyer outfit. I remember being really good in combat too. This dude pulling a tight circle. Show me them rare finds. Not rare enough. Why are buy and sell in lowercase? Think Hannah's a dude? Think? She's... No, come on. Hannah's wearing a little, fucking battle bikini. What do you think of this album cover? I want to know your opinion on it. Well, I clicked on it. Let's see what happens. Did you make it, Catrax? What is the basis of your desire for my opinion? Kids playing in the streets. The war is not over. I'm sorry to tell you, sir. You will never see your kids again. This URL's not loading. Yeah, character pick. Yeah, I know you can recruit Hannah. Oh gosh. Pilica. I remember. You can recruit her too. No, I didn't. I just thought it looked cool. Want to know what you think? Alright. Well, I'd be delighted to share with you the hottest of my takes. If that URL ever pops in there. Aw. A boy, gender normative? Come on. That good cheek line? Damn this game, why is Tuta a dude then? I don't remember. Wait, why did I just pick up a cat? Oh, never mind. It turned to face me, I thought it disappeared. Alright, well, nothing exciting here. You can just recruit everyone? Can you recruit those cats? No, it's like, so the recruitment stuff is linked to some Chinese myth about an army and the drawing of certain stars, and they all have a role. Alright, well, crap. Maybe now that I've explored these villages, maybe talking to those guards is a cutscene trigger or something. Man, people don't remember that shit. Obscure event triggers you had to hit to progress the story. That's a blast from the past. I'm not even saying that's happening now. I think I'm just too dumb to figure it out. You watch Overwatch League? Junkratty, I do, but I have not caught up. So there's some matches and brackets I haven't seen. The way it's laid out though is great. It makes it pretty easy if you want to like watch all the matches from a given team. Back in '99, EGM 2 had an issue with walkthroughs for this and Final Fantasy Anthology. Both games kept me busy for months and months. Yeah, because they came out around the same time, right? Man, people don't remember. People don't remember how many times games get re-released. Thoughts don't remember. Hey, Teats Magoo. Nothing to catch up on. Soul Dynasty is dominating. Dallas Field's not doing very well. Yeah, that was the vibe I got. I mean, I want to watch the games. I want to get a feel for the characters. Basically for me, I have to put chips down on Valiant or Gladiators. It's tough. I like Gladiator's logo and color better, but I like Valiant. So far, I've liked Valiant's plays better. But yeah. Sim here, who you rooting for? Junkrat, I'm leaning towards Valiant, but we'll see. Where did I get Sir Lar from? The name? So it's NASCAR backwards. It's also it's Dracula backwards. Well, I played some of the later 3D Suikoden games, but never any of these older ones. A nice distraction with Fred Whip shit going on very close to me. Aw. You mean this right now, or playing these games before? But my username, jeez, wait, what? Paul's waiting for you at Leona's. How? He was one of the NPCs in there. I did a tour of the world because I didn't pay attention to what that NPC said. Oh wait, that's him, isn't it? Yep. He was right there! He was right there! Well! But to answer your question, when I first went to the Azel Public Library that had the internet, this is like in the late 90s, it's pretty pathetic, I went to Nintendo.com and joined a Pokemon chat room. Yay! And in the namespace I typed in Sir Lars a lot. Because I was an online Valiant version of myself. Oh shit! +1, I didn't know. The shooting was 20 minutes away from you? Oh my god. Yes. Yes, that is a thing that sucks, and I can understand why you'd want to be distracted from that. Not gonna bring it down, though. I mean, hey, it's okay to bring it down sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to be sad, you know? And if you're vibing and you're feeling good, maybe sometimes, if the world's fucked up, you shouldn't be immune from that. Just my thoughts, so that sucks. But, oh yeah, so that was my username, but that wouldn't fit into the name box on Quake 2. So, instead of being Sir Larzalo, I just shortened it to Sir Lar. And that ended up never being taken on any service ever, so I just stuck with it, and that's it. It wasn't taken on Twitch. Hey, you and I. Welcome! Welcome to me playing really old games. What was your video game magazine of choice back in the good old days? I can see you digging Next Generation and the insane Weeby Game Fan. I didn't get either of those. I had I think I got an issue of Nintendo Power as a gift for Christmas, and I loved it. And then I asked my parents to subscribe me to it, and as far as I knew, that was the only gaming magazine that ever existed. I think when I was in junior high, I saw EGM in a grocery store. But that stuff just it didn't come to where I was. It wasn't around, and no one was there to tell me it was there either. So it was pretty much just Nintendo Power, but that was out of ignorance, not because I surveyed all of the landscape and chose that one. Have you tried out Quick Champions? Yes, I actually really enjoyed it. I would like to play it more. Oh yeah, you gotta wipe up spills. Also, I don't know. If I had had more magazines, I just would have been more aware of all the gaming stuff I didn't have. Oh, you got rag. But, like, look at those custom sprites, yo! You'd never get sprite work of people scrubbing the floor on a Super Nintendo. Killing it! Or of N64, for that matter. Although Ogre Battle N64 is some dope-ass crap. SpongeBob rubbing together two pickles. Snatched up every game magazine I could get my hands on, from GamePro to Tips and Tricks, and even Insight. Yeah, they just run around, as far as I knew. Times were hard back in my day. No, it's actually more like I had food and clothes and didn't ever get shot. Not even once. So, you know what? Pretty cool. Can't complain. The original Ogre Battle for SNES was awesome. Loved building an army up. I agree. I thought the game was great, actually. A lot of people know... Oh, man, we got one already, huh? Hold on a minute. Boom. Wait, oops. I missed. There we go. Hopefully I'll run into you at RTX Australia this year. I kind of failed last year. I hope so. That stuff is always just such a... It's chaotic. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time at RTX's. And it is so, like... I want to make it clear that this is not remotely a complaint. It is just surreal and otherworldly to be at events like that. Imagine being in a building where everyone knows your name and everyone likes you by default. I don't know what to make of it, honestly.
I don't like you by default.
Aw, thanks. I wasn't talking about here.
Damn it.
No, this keeps me grounded.
No, I'm just kidding. You know that's bullshit.
I know. How many goo piles did I get? I did it! I got them all. It is my talent. Scrubbing up goo off the floor. I don't really like you that much if it makes it better. It does, Postman. You can follow me around and just, like, level me out all the time. If anyone ever whoops at me, you'll have to, like, just pour coffee down my back. Sorry, dude. I'm not a big fan of you, though. I would probably get super overwhelmed and cry, to be honest. That or my ego would expand into the sun. Is it weird that people like your persona but don't really know you? I mean, I think it's weird that anyone would like my persona. I've been slowly changing it from a garbage fire into something that's not too bad. As far as it being weird, it's not weird. I think I understand with it. I empathize with it. And I mean, I am routinely shocked at people's ability to understand that dynamic, you know? Without even having to be prodded or anything. They're like, oh, you're so cool. And they're like, I mean, I feel like I know you, but I know I don't. Like, I actually hear that fairly often. And it's not that, oh, hey, buddy. I don't know, people are just generally really cool about it. So it's not that... It's not like people are screaming at me to say my catchphrase all the time. Thank God I don't have one. That's something that may get on my nerves. And actually, man, for people that... When, like, people come up and they're like, hey, do the thing! And they're like, hey! And they're like, oh, you did it! Yeah! And they like high five and that's it. And they do that all day, every day. I respect people that can, like... be cool with that. To just do the one thing that makes people happy. Joey was springing me. My A number 1 super bro came for me. Ugh. I think if I ever met Elise, I'd be starstruck and just forget how to speak. Oh, Elise is so good. I would probably be that way too, if I did not have the absolute fortune of getting to work with her every day. Joey Atreides. Joey, okay. Since you came to rescue Corm, can I assume you're also a Highlander? The state. Okay. Highlands and the state. Oh yeah. Kyle, you're playing Overwatch? That's right. Oh wait, you already know. Of course you know. Never mind. I was gonna tell Steph that Overwatch Land, or Blizzard Land, is out. Blizzard World?
Blizzard World.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, we had our meeting, and then all those, the posters.
Yeah?
They made, like, posters for a bunch of the rides and then a Blizzard World park map.
Yeah.
Like, that picture that I sent. And, like, I didn't know that everybody was giving those away. Not like I wanted a bunch of them anyway, but I'm like, wait, where did we get those? And they're like, oh, they're on the counter in the kitchen. Go ahead and go grab it. There was, like, 4 brochures left. Like, everybody apparently had just, like, descended on that stuff like locusts. And I was like, oh, well,
devour it.
Left. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions during your streams. No problem, man. That's why I do this. I like talking with people. You are now consciously breathing and you can taste your tongue. It didn't work. I can't taste my tongue. But I like where you're going with it, Mega Bromang. Man, look at how cool these dudes are. Yeah, those two bros, Flick and Victor, they were pretty major war, fighters in the war that Suikoden 1 was about. And I remember it being pretty cool when they showed up in this one. I actually remember I had a friend back in high school. He was a cool dude. Like, despite all the lies I told myself about why my social awkwardness was due to video games, he also played a lot of video games and was just a cool dude. So I was like, already he was evidence that my my excuses to myself weren't valid. Anyway, I remember he picked up Suikoden 2 the day it came out. Like, we were just out. I think we were driving around because there wasn't much to do. And he was like, oh, let's stop by the game store. They might have it. And they did. And I just remember being impressed. Like, he knew about this shit. And there was no reason for him to. He'd played the original, too. So he was pretty on it. He was on the fucking underground RPG hits early on. Please don't try and escape again. A spoon for your soup? Aren't we the fine noblemen? Oh, Catrax feel he's the kind of person to just kind of not care about anything? I don't think that's true. He cares about a lot of stuff. And he cares deeply about people having good experiences. So, presuming you're talking about Adam, he would never be the kind of person to be harsh to someone just because he thinks it's funny. Never ever. Never ever. Oh shit, we're gonna start a fire. Man, they've been so nice to us. They gave us that shitty food. All I had to do was mop up some black splue. This is pretty good sneaky music, though. I got those sprites again. Did you name your character Corm, or is that just his fucking name? Well, it's his actual name now. No, I named him that. Somebody wanted him to be named Corn Nuts. And then that just got flattened down into Corm. Let's go upstairs. Oh, that's right, there's stairs over here. I mean, Corn Nuts is a pretty great name for a hero, too. I don't know how he's like in real life, though, so I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm probably wrong, but I'd be scared and anxious to meet him. Also, it'd be hard to find, or hard to since I live in New York City. Yeah, I can get why that might be the vibe you get, because he seems very like stoic, taciturn, and he has repeatedly acknowledged that he has resting bitch face. So all those things combined sort of do create that impression, but it's never like that. He goes out of his way to be kind and energetic. Dang it. That's right, I remember that being a thing in this game. Of just getting smashing through very important dialogue options way too quick. Crap, where do I go? Anybody know what he's playing this on? T good, I'm playing this on a PlayStation 3. PS Fat. Where do these rabbits find axes? Ow! Christ. Very well coordinated. Do I have better TV and do I have Monkus enabled? I do. But it's not playing for some reason. I don't know. I found a weird mix-up between... Like, it's frustrating. Frankerface does a lot of stuff I like. Better TV does a lot of stuff I like. I wish I could merge the two. But I think Better TV is just the one I'll stick with. I need to uninstall them both and reinstall, because it's not showing up. I don't know how to enable Monkus. I would like to. I don't know why channels disable it. Hey, Mr. LeBamf. Ah. The show has begun. I mean, I also have resting bitch face since I'm from the Republic of Moldova. And I know how that's like, but still kind of anxious to meet any Finesse members since that's my favorite channel, YouTube. I think we would... I mean, I think we all experience also a high level of anxiety that will accidentally create a bad experience for a fan. So... No... Yeah. I recall that being another big selling point of the game. You guys are talking about all the sprite animations. It was really indulgent at the time, which is really lame to say now. I'm also 100% sure you don't know where Moldova is. I do not. I mean, to be frank, When you said it, I was like, it sounds like you made that up to test me. No, it's for real. I'm sorry, ignorant American here. Okay. So you're basically on the westernmost edge where all good PC games are made. This is fascinating. Independence from the USSR in 91. Okay. Constitution adopted in 94. I'm sorry, Catrex. Man, I don't gotta know shit, dude. I live in the United States. This is the country that elected the dumbest motherfucker in the history of the world. Well, no, that's not true. Alright, there have to be some dumb shits that got into public position way before people started writing this stuff down. Moldova's where Papers, Please takes place, right? Yeah. That's that city they almost dropped on Voltron, right? Ultron. Shit posting about America. It's too easy. There's no sport in shit posting about America when they make it easy for you. Damn. No, it's a country. Oh shit, it's so tiny. I'm not gonna move. She's gonna get it. Ooh. I knew my girl would get it. What is Panics? What are you guys talking about? Ooh. I'm a sexy pancake. Thank you for the Prime sub. Oh, Valkyria Chronicles, the PC JRPG I was trying to think of the name of. It's more of a tactical RPG, but no, it's Japanese as hell and an RPG. Are we gonna partner up? Mist Monster. Yeah, see? It's like, it's weird. This is like... This is one of those things that's still a holdover from 16-bit RPGs. Of like... We have this very rooted, very real human drama. Oh my gosh, war, politics... Childhood friends separated, Oh, by the way, there's a mist monster, and you're gonna have to fight it with, like, a traveling circus troupe. Alright. Alright. Horrible mist monster. Corm. Drop the hot compliments right away. Any birthday tips on turning the big 3-0? I think I just sat at home alone and drank. Big surprise, I know. I was also kind of I'm in a much more unhappy place in my life at the time, so... I don't know that I am a good person to, give advice in that way. We'll change formation. That's right, there we go. Get the meat up front. Ladies in the back, so they can enjoy the view. How old are you now? 33? I am 34! Recently had a birthday. But, yep, solidly mid-30s now, so that's cool. I always told myself it would happen, and I knew it would happen. But it still stings. It still stings a little bit. I'm a powerful 17-year-old, that's right. I got the thighs of a 17-year-old. The back of a 15-year-old. What is this number? 135.19. Those spell slots? Oh. Well, whatever. Happy belated. Thank you, Rip Knees. Alright. I gotta go to bed. Or, rather, stop down anyway. Suikoden 2. Still cool. Even though I didn't really get very far at all. But hey, JRPGs are to be savored. I'll put some more time into it and we'll see what happens, but... Thanks everybody for watching. Should be normal streams this week, as far as I know. Till I go to RTX Australia. Anyway, I'll try to be a little more consistent. I'll try to get into more streams this week to make up for the coming break. I also got to figure out OBS, man. It's really fucking with me. It's doing this thing. Apparently, if your GPU is maxed, it will drop frames. And it doesn't matter if you're using the encoding on your GPU. It doesn't matter if you're encoding with your CPU and you have plenty of CPU left. If the game, whatever game it is, maxes out your GPU, OBS will fuck up. Will drop frames. So I don't know what to do about that. Every like thread I've read said, just change your options so it's not maxing out your GPU. And that sucks. That sucks. Most games you can put a frame rate cap on and it's good enough. But man, AC Origins is really intense. And it doesn't make sense to me that my video card can spit 144 frames out to my monitor, but it can't get 60 of them into a video file. Because I thought NVENC was performance, like, had no performance hit. But apparently there's another performance hit for OBS, aside from just encoding video. Whatever, man. It's free, so whatever. Yeah, Catrix, I can't complain too much. I really can't. I mean, it's amazing what it does for free. But this behavior is odd. I wish that you could choose where that load goes. Because if I could put that load on my CPU, I'd be set. But I can't. Anyway, whatever. That's my kvetching. I just wanted to stream more Origins, and I'm having difficulty. It's also been hitting other games too. So, yeah. Would you consider a second PC to stream? The new Ryzen 3 chips make it look pretty cheap. I mean, that's still hundreds of dollars just to stream. Bleh. And like, I don't want to build an entire other PC. And if I were to do that, I would need a 4K capture card. And those are $400. Yeah, it's too much money. Too much money. There's got to be a better solution. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. It's fun to hang out with you guys. I remember really liking this game. It's fun to go back. Some memories are rolling over me. I look forward to continuing this journey. Until next time, have a good week, everybody.
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Hey! Come here!
On tonight's Cyber Blast, we're going to send you 2 complete multimedia games plus a little something from Monty Python. What you're seeing over here is the actual data coming into your computer right now. We're sending you these programs and the TV signal at about 2 megabytes per minute. If you don't have a TV modem, you can also get these files off our website on your telephone modem. Doing it that way will take you at least a half an hour. Let me tell you what we're sending you. I'm sure many of you have played Doom, the groundbreaking first-person action game that set a new standard for real-time, on-screen animation and navigation. If you don't yet have a copy of Doom, we're sending you a complete copy right now. Remember, Doom has some violence in it. It is an action game, and you do have to blow up the bad guys. Next, we're sending you another great game. This one is called Warcraft. It's a shareware game and one of the best strategy games out there. It's a little bit like Command and Conquer if you're familiar with that game, but Warcraft is set in medieval times. Lastly, for those of you who like the dark side of humor, we're sending you a sound clip from the movie classic Monty Python and the Holy Grail. For those of you familiar with the movie, you'll know what I mean when I say dead collector guy. If you've never seen the movie, you have to check this out. Remember, we're sending you both complete games and the audio file in under 2 minutes. Now, to download these programs this fast, you do need something called a TV modem. If you need information on how to use or find a TV modem, just check out the Internet Cafe section of our website at www.pctv.com, and you'll get all the relevant information. So the download of Doom Warcraft and the Monty Python clip is just about complete. Have fun with your 3 new programs. That wraps up this Cyber Blast on the Internet Cafe. I'm Laurie Anderson.
People like you that want a contest on some website.
On the main stage, a special short made by the creators of Red vs. Blue was screened for the crowd.
You won't regret this.
Hey, Graham! Where are you?
Following the clip, Epic's own Mark Rain and Cliffy B took the main stage with Gears of War, featuring demos from TGS and XO5. Although we had seen the demos before, this time the XO5 demo had a bit more at the end, including a ride on a rail car.
Anya, we're headed into the furnace. Divert the carts. Repeat, we're moving into the fire. Reroute, anywhere, now!
After the presentation, Mark Rain and Cliffy B took an extended Q&A session with the crowd that turned into a general gameplay session after more than an hour.
Marcus Speedus versus Master Chief. Who wins?
I'd say Marcus because he was in prison and he's a dirty fighter.
A Quake 4 demo with id's Todd Holland's head, which also included a tournament, followed. At the same time, we got a chance to catch up with Microsoft's Peter Moore.
It's almost an honor and a privilege to be here at the same time as 3,500 gamers are getting their hands on Xbox 360 2 days in advance of anybody else in America, and just walking around outside, the look on people's faces, everybody's getting comfy. I think I hear right now Todd Holland's head of id is going live on stage to show everybody Quake 4. You know, what's interesting for me is we're used to this. We go to E3, we go to GDC, we go to TGS. Gamers never get this opportunity to hear a Todd Holland's head or a Cliffy B talk about their game, so I'm psyched. We wanted to make it a little bit of a pilgrimage. We felt that if it was too close to an urban center, that we would probably not get the type of person we wanted, which is a core gamer that's willing to make the journey. The number is the number. I mean, we're trying to make as many Xbox 360s as fast as we can, expedite them all around the world, air freight in particular, and make sure that everybody wants one, gets one soon enough. Demand clearly is outstripping supply from the get-go, but our goal is to get as many as we can in gamers' hands as fast as we can. In the first 90 days, I believe we'll be somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million units worldwide. And then perhaps equally importantly, by the end of the calendar year, I think we'll be at 10 million units worldwide.
For a look at the full Peter Moore interview, more from Zero Hour, or other Xbox 360 launch details, keep checking GameSpot news throughout the day.